back, everyone, to the S-TierCast. This is going to be a catch-up show. Ketchup. I'm more preferable to mustard. Yes, we are back for a catch-up show. Not that much on gaming news. That's why we took the Wednesday break. Oh, man. Oh, God. And of course, you know who I am, Sebastian Martinez. And with me, as always, is Eric Pajowski. Let's get right into it. And of course, let's get going. There we go. Let's go. Why is Restream doing this to me? Don't do it. Yes, we are together once more. Why? What the? Okay, there we go. Just muttering along like, ah. All right, here we are. A
Don't
little
think
early.
I didn't hear that mustard joke.
Oh yeah, why do you think I used the explosion button?
Oh God.
Oh man, like I had, God, these two classes. It's like the business classes, and I'm just like. I'm like, well, I don't have that much assignments, but I have to go into the actual Zoom meetings now. I'm just like, oof. All right, I get it.
So you had to act all professional and say big professional words.
Shit, I didn't show up for one, but I watched it back, and that's one thing this instructor said. Like, hey, yeah, as long as you watch it back, you're good. I'm like, okay, thank God. But I wasn't late for the other one. Yesterday was so fucking bad when it came to like I was trying to get all my working out done. Meanwhile, every machine is taken. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself in Minecraft. But like I was so pissed. I'm like they playing too much. They playing too much. Meanwhile, I'm driving and then the Zoom meeting starts. I'm just like.
Well, it's better than being at a concert or a football game.
Oof. That was one thing. Like, they don't expect you to actually like show up like in the camera or at least have the audio on. I can just go in the chat like, "Yep, I'm here," and that's it.
Okay.
And that was one thing that got me. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing that. Just show up Monday and be like, okay, I'm here. And I already got a thing. The instructor already said like, oh yeah, I got someone special coming in, someone famous. I'm like, I'm like, who is it? Now I'm just like, who did she get for this class?
It's the author of the Harry Potter books.
Oh God, that would be horrible. Watch it be Ryan Murphy. I'd be like, how is it you do so good with 911, but you do shit with AHS?
That and if like the author of Harry Potter was there, J.K. Rowling's or whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
You would just your teacher and your students would just hear.
Oh my fucking God, I'm gonna die.
Oh man, sounds like I got guests. Yeah, my niece Esther and my grandniece Niquelin are over here now for the block party. Block party tomorrow. Oh boy, I got most of the yard work done. Not all of it.
What's tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time should I be there?
I'd say about like 1-ish.
1-ish, like
1:30, 1:45. We still got to put up this canopy tent that we have, and I got to chop down some more weeds to make it a little more presentable. But that's it's neither here nor there.
okay.
Yeah, man, we have a little bit of a show. I finally, let's just jump right into the review stuff. Where I just finished up Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I did the Canon of Vengeance first because like an idiot. And I finished Canon of Creation.
Okay.
They are definitely different. They're so fucking different. I think I said this last week. Like Canon of Vengeance. It has to do with like 4 fallen angels bringing forth the great serpent that basically cursed humanity.
So
It's weird. It's Tiamat this time. She's the
still
serpent.
Satan.
No. Here's the thing. Lucifer In this, Lucifer killed God and became a Nahobino. He's like the final boss. Yeah. I showed you the pictures of that. I'm like, oh shit, that's a nice twist. I thought I had to fight the same asshole from number 3. But it was a clever take on the whole Shin Megami story with the Kadishtu, as they're called. They're from actual like Jewish lore or Hebrew lore. Um, they have there's again, it's one of those things where they just take from everything, from every religion, every like all the demonologies there too. Like the Ars Getia, that which is supposed to be like King Solomon's book on demons and all that. Um, they took from everything. I ended up grabbing from in a canon of creation. I ended up grabbing Amon, which is basically like a giant owl. It's like an owl with human arms and a friggin' snake tail with big ass wings.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very weird looking. And I was just like, oh my god, it's so cool.
It seems like a cool idea for a tattoo, though.
Here, I just sent you the picture on Facebook. He's so cool looking. And you find out he's actually the father of what was it, Kansu.
He looks so wise.
He's wise. He got like a very powerful attack too, called Megiddo Flame, which is just a meteor dropping on people.
Well, that's kind of cheating.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. The other difference is here. I did create Canon of Creation. I finished it last night. I was like, I'm not fighting the Demi Fiend. I'm not fighting the Guardian of Tokyo. I'm just going through the fucking story. I'm not dealing with all this other shit. The main thing about it was you end up with like 3 different groups. It's like 3 different endings in Canon of Creation. In Canon of Vengeance, it's 1 ending or 2 endings, if depending on who you pick.
Mm.
But I picked Myriad of Gods ending, which is basically where everyone can worship any god that they want, like Odin, Zeus, uh, Kansu, Anansi, even, and that I had to fight 2 other Nahobino, and their freaking forms are fucking nuts.
What, do they have like 6 evolutions or something?
Well, Abdiel was one like that. She's like the second to third final boss.
Mhm.
She fuses with the main character's friend, who's like he turns into like a fucking god nut. Basically, he's like, we have to let God do everything, and I'm like, but he's dead. Well, that's why demons are running around in Tokyo, and she fuses with him, and she basically becomes like this demonic centaur.
Mm.
Yeah, and then there's Nuwa and what's the other character's name? And I just had it too. Anyway, it was Nuwa, who's one of the demons that you can get, and her knowledge. Oh yeah, Yakumo, who's basically a Japanese police officer with a katana,
Hmm.
and they fuse together and make a giant ass snake with a human face.
So it transforms into katana to a giant snake.
No, they both transform into a giant snake. Here, let me get the picture from PlayStation. I made sure to get a shot of each one.
Like, even if you word it correctly, it's still confusing.
Oh, it's so creepy. Let me see. Is this a good one? Oh, let me get to the next one. Ah, get out of
Oh,
here.
and let me say, it feels like fall right now with this weather.
I know it like dropped to like 62. I'm like, shit.
It says it's going to be in the 50s.
When fall came early.
Summer came early.
That is true. Here, let me find a good one. There, the first one I'm gonna send you is Nuwa and Yakumo's character, and the other
Okay.
one is Abdiel and one of the classmates. Did this go? There we go.
Ah.
And they were tough to beat. I was just like, shit. Um,
Huh.
Canon of Vengeance, you have to fight Tiamat. and she's basically a four-headed snake, and each head is a different animal. One's a camel, one's a ram, one's a dragon. I forgot what the other one is. I know the other one's like a bird, and I'm just going, what the fuck am I fighting?
All I was gotta say with the second picture is nice tits.
Oh Lord, yeah, it was. I'll say this: it's a good game. It gets a little tedious. It's I
No
love Shin
pun
Megami
intended.
series. Hmm?
No pun intended.
Tedious. like I enjoy these games because they're so cool, nice little. The writers for these games basically just mix all the different mythologies together to make this crazy end of the world type story. I love the story behind it. It gets nuts by this point though. I'm just like, I gotta go where to do what? What the fuck?
I'm surprised all these religion thumpers aren't like trying to ban this game.
Oh, that was one thing. Um, that was one thing about it. I think it was Shin Megami Tensei 4. They were like one of these Indian gurus. He got mad because they had Buddha in it.
Uh huh.
And meanwhile, Buddha looked so freaking cool in number 4. It wasn't goofy at all. Wasn't a big
He
fat
wasn't fat.
Yeah. Wasn't a big fat guy. Was just a normal Indian dude in a nice suit. And he looks very, majestic. This guy got mad about him. Just like, shut up. Like, that's how I was.
If
But
anything, he was like a fancy Gandhi.
yeah, it was that was like the main controversy about it. But there hasn't really been any controversy as of like when it comes to that. It's so under the radar when it comes to Atlas doing this series. Persona gets more flack, and
Mm.
I did get rid of Mara at the end of it. I'm like, oh, a more powerful demon. If I fuse him with another one, okay, click. I end up with all 4 Kadishtu in the canon of creation, and each one's very very good. It's their combo attack is just nuts.
I swear, this is like a combination of Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, and like some like Tekken
Oh, here,
series.
best way I can put it, it's basically Final Fantasy's blasphemous stepbrother,
Mhm.
but with Pokemon elements,
With a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh.
just a little bit because the designs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it, but I'll give this one a solid 8.5. I do recommend it. It was originally just for the Switch, and I'm just like, the fuck, when's it coming to the PlayStation? Like, because I was waiting so damn hard for that.
Yeah, Nintendo does that. Like they get a
Yeah,
good game and they're like, "Oh, not for you, not
yeah.
for a while."
Sega and Atlas are like, can we put this on PS5? Yeah, okay.
How much are they paying?
I had one character I was like, I am not fusing this character whatsoever. Was Dagda. Dagda was badass. He was basically like Celtic Superman.
Mm.
Just like his special was called Lost Fist, and it was just him throwing hands at anything. And he flew at the character at any of the enemies like he's Superman. Just I'm like, oh okay. Fist flurry. I'm like, oh, this is great, badass, and that was it. And of course, I showed you the other one, Naho Biho, the the Jack Frost that looks like the main character. Little ass dude just fighting people. And I actually used him. Like I got a clip from it. I'm gonna put it on Instagram. Where he's fighting the Nahobino version of Abdiel, and
Mhm.
he saves the day basically.
With the power
That
of
was the tough.
Christmas, I can save anything.
Oh, it was great. Like my characters were getting their asses kicked. I was like, I kept their health up and all that, but I'm like, Jesus Christ, these hits are killing me. But
And then all of a sudden, you hear Frosty the Snowman song like from a distance, and it gets louder and louder and louder.
Just hit him with this Jack Cyclone, just and it just turns to a blizzard.
Just,
Oh god, it was a great. Honestly, it was a great game. I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm going to the Xbox now. I want to go play like Starfield or something.
I need to finish this Jedi game, and then I want to play that new Star Wars game where it's like free roam.
Oh yeah, that comes out I think in 2 weeks.
That just reminded me of Total Recall. 2 weeks.
Oh god, yeah. So yeah, 8.5 on Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance. I'll probably play it like when I have nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved the Vengeance story more because it was just more streamlined.
Right.
And yeah, I think I told you the one I had Glacia Lobolus, which is like it's a basically a giant dog with gold for like gold paws with actual fucking blades for claws.
Oh, you mean pooches?
And he really doesn't have a head. It's like a mask.
Yeah, pooches.
Pooches. Oh my god. Do I have a picture of? I have so many pictures. The other difference of this, like between Vengeance and Canon of Creation, was in Vengeance you just go to this peaceful area where all the angels want to fight you. In Canon of Creation, you go to Ginza and it's a whole fucking war happening in the sky. And Surtur is destroying everything. Let me
It sounds
see.
too complicated.
Oh my god, it was rough, but I soldiered through it. Like Surtur was cool as hell. That was an easy boss fight, even though he was like 90 feet tall,
Like Godzilla height?
Godzilla height. They
Mm,
couldn't even get close to him because he would just light them on fire.
bad breath.
Not even. I think it was Bo. All right, let's get off of this. All right, so we got some other news. That fan, man, is it that hot in there?
What?
You got a fan on, don't you?
Yeah, I got a small room.
I
I can
know.
turn it off.
Yeah, just bring on a lower thing because I got a fan on too. It's so nice out. I'm like, I don't even need the air.
Yeah, but I got one window.
That's true. All right, so yeah, Remedy. We got some Remedy updates.
Yes.
All right, and this comes from Rhino on Twitter. Max Payne 1 and 2, the remakes, are officially in full production. And it's gonna take 1 to 2 years to complete them.
Oh no.
Not too bad though. Remedy knows how to do their shit. They ain't gonna come out half-assed like Rockstar.
Hopefully this new GTA fixes that.
Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Control 2. We're finally getting it. Finally getting a sequel to at least one of their games. Control 2 has been confirmed.
Mm.
I love that game. That was so fucking great. The long hallway sequence is fucking great. It was one of those things where you're just like, oh my god, this is metal as fuck because it has metal music playing. You're fighting all the hisses or whatever they were called.
Shadow people?
They weren't really shadow people. They're like possessed people.
Uh, Ex Mortis.
Yeah, kind of like that. They weren't scary like the Deadites.
Mm.
But yeah, so Control 2 has been confirmed. It's in it's in production readiness.
Is that a new company?
No, as in like they're getting ready to put it in production.
Oh, I was like, wait, is this like a new company I don't know about?
Remedy production readiness. Yeah, that's all from Rhino. Also, Alan Wake 2 hasn't yet generated royalties, but has recovered most of its development and marketing expenses. It better have after winning like 20 awards.
Why don't they just make a movie and make Jared Leto like the main character?
Because we're the only two guys that like Jared Leto.
I like his music. It's-
He was good in Morbius, even though they fucked that movie up.
yeah, they really did.
Oh God, yeah. I don't know. I guess Alan Wake 2. I still got to play Alan Wake 2. I still got to grab it.
I
And
heard the soundtrack's good.
yeah, oh my God, I love the track they play at the Game Awards. Uh,
Man,
oh, food is here.
we might have to cut it short.
Right now, I'm not going to eat on the podcast. That's a cardinal sin.
But here's the thing: we're not famous enough, so people won't care.
But off the at the off chance, they'll be like, "Look at these fat slobs!" I'm like, "Hey, I'm not Boogie 2988."
Sorry, we live in America.
All right, so yeah, that was the update on that. I'm looking forward to the Max Payne stuff. I did get to play 1 and 2. I have them. I never got to beat them. I beat 3.
3 was the easiest. It was more like an action game.
Yeah, Rockstar was just like, "Listen, we're not gonna go all crazy with it. You're gonna do bullet time, but normal fucking story."
Like, I would like to see a game like that, but a John Wick game.
That's what that was the closest thing to a John Wick game.
Yeah, if
And
you get the
when,
mod for it.
yeah, shit, just put the soundtrack to it. Oh God, I said that online years ago, and some guys like, "Well, I don't like Max Payne 3." I'm like, "I don't give a fuck what you like. Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, "I'm giving my opinion to someone else, not you."
Make your own game.
Yeah, suffer nerd.
Oh, motherfucker!
Oh, that's perfect. All right, well, let's see. All right, we have only I think 2 more gaming stuff. We have only like 1 more music stuff because I still have to listen to Pitch Black Forecast's thing. But let's talk about the boogie meltdown that happened.
Oh, it was so funny.
Dude, I was laughing. I was in the car laughing. Like I was driving back from the gym today, and I'm just hearing him lose his goddamn mind over what someone said.
I completely forgot about that. I forgot you were driving.
Oh, but as soon as like it was after you sent it to me, and I was running, and I'm like, oh, good, something to listen to when I drive home. Then I put it on, and I'm like, oh, this is funny. But I'm like, let me go check the actual stream because I had to hear every swear word. Oh God, he was so mad. Keem, and it's again what I say on there. Keem knows how to push his fucking buttons.
He doesn't have to push any buttons. Boogie does it itself.
Oh God, and this whole thing at Lolcal Live, like it's like Keemstar has declared war against the commentary community of YouTube because of Tommy C. And I'm like, you don't have to.
What do you mean, declare war?
Well, here, like Nicholas Diorio, a lot of these guys, they were basically like, "Hey, yeah, you fired Tommy. He deserves to get his money from August, like that's a proper business thing, like a severance pay." And I'm like, well, yeah, true. And even I was thinking that, and Keem on the stream was calling them communists. And I'm like, you're not the government, motherfucker. You're an employer.
If anything, he's working for a union.
Yeah. Like that was the thing that got me. I'm just like, it's not a communist thing. But
Right.
at least he said he's gonna pay him. He just has to talk to him. And Tommy is like playing hardball, which I get. I get all of this shit. I understand it all, from both sides. I totally am like, I'm kind of on Keem's side with this. It's just that Keem just goes nuts with it.
I say this, like, after the video I watched, like, yeah, what he did was really, really wrong, and he deserves to suffer a lot more than he did. But, like, he did have a point. He needs to survive.
Yeah,
You know?
I got that too, and I was like, like even though I'm like, just dock his pay. Don't stop paying. Just dock it for doing that stupid
Or
shit.
like
Like I've said that
pay
before.
him, pay him like 3,000 every 2 weeks.
And before we continue, I mean Doc Boogie's pay for doing that stupid shit.
Yeah,
Docking Tommy's pay after he done quit or you fired him. No, what's the point
no.
of docking the pay? Oh god, that's one thing I caught from that. I'm like, yeah, it was so funny that meltdown though. He's like this. I have all these bills. You can't do this to me. He got so mad when he's like, wait, no, don't do that, please don't. He could just say like that, please don't. And I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when you're a ass kisser.
Like I get it. Boogie deserves to suffer, but like he doesn't deserve to suffer that bad just
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, no. I looked at this shit. I'm just like, dude, what the hell? That whole thing was hilarious though. He was so mad for no reason. Like,
He
and I was
broke his mic.
yeah, I was. Oh god, and that was the thing that killed me because he streamed I think last Saturday,
Mhm.
and hit the audio was so horrible, and I'm like, maybe it's not your computer, maybe it's the fact that you kept yelling in your fucking microphone like a psychopath. Jesus Christ!
Like you saw in the video, he was like trying to fix his mic because it was like,
Yeah, it's low, it's high. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
the mic itself is like hanging on a string.
It's like, please end my life. Oh god, all of this, and I will play it too.
I'm so happy. I hate this. I hate it.
And that was 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks since that shit happened. Oh god, it was the funniest shit. Like even it was the fact that he didn't catch that they were fucking with him the first time though. He goes, "Tell me that this is a bit." And he goes, "You hear this? You hear this, Wings?" And he's like, "Yeah, we taking your money." I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, as soon as you heard Wings agree with Keem, you'd be like, "Fuck you guys." That's exactly how you do that.
Yeah.
He just got so mad for no reason. He's like, okay, I get it, but please don't do that for real. Come on now. He could have been like that. God, it was hilarious. I watched that whole thing. Like, he was so mad still because Mudahar even joined again. And he's like, he goes like, I guess we're just giving Tommy money and all that. He goes, well, you did fake cancer. Tommy didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, that's the kill shot right there. Oh god, it was so funny. I actually enjoyed the episode. You can tell it's scripted in this, but I'm like, you know what? Jerry Springer was scripted too, to a point. WWE scripted to a
To a
point.
point.
And that's one thing. I'm like, this is like Surreal Life or Big Brother before it got so corporatized and all that. Just anything
or
can happen.
or like the fucking show Murray.
Like that's how I look at Locale Live. I'm like, yeah, maybe some of it is scripted, but I'm like, you know what? A lot of shit is nowadays.
I
Like,
don't know, that almost heart attack or pass out was kind of real.
yeah, he almost that was because he was yelling like a psychopath, and that's like I was like, yeah, you should have just realized like they're fucking with you, dude. Like there's so like that was the thing. Keem and Wings pressed them buttons so perfectly. They just press it. Boop. You motherfucker! I'm like, oh god, here we go.
The best part, he was like, "Are we going to talk about the civilized, or are you just going to yell more?" And he was like,
I'm
"I'm
like,
going
yes,
to yell more." I was like,
oh,
"You're not helping."
I'm just like this fucking guy right here, dude. Chill out. It was fun though. It was funny as hell. They can't keep having him melt down though for his health and because
Honestly, I think they can, but like not to the extent of
Yeah.
how it was today.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like every 2 weeks that he melts down. It should be like every 2 months. Like,
Like,
let it build
granted,
up.
he'll lose a lot of weight because of all the sweating he'll be doing, but
Yeah,
this is not the way to exercise.
yeah. Let it build up. That's what I say to Keem. Like, let his meltdowns build up, because that's what makes it great.
Hell, even put his wife into it. Like, yeah,
Oh,
piss him off when we're on the show a little bit, you know?
have Desi do it. Oh God. Oh Lord. I actually watched the whole. They're looking for another host and all that, and there was
We'll
some
be
fun.
down if they count too.
Oh God, it was so funny. Some of those host things were fucking hilarious. Like, just one dude shirtless, overweight as hell. He goes, "I fucking hate fat people. How about you pick up a fucking dumbbell instead of a burger, fatty?" I'm like, dude, you're like fat as hell too. What are you doing?
Sterling the Frog's gay.
Oh God, it was so funny. All right, let's see. Oh, and I did see Nicholas Diorio. I think they're on the outs, Nicholas and Keem, because Nick was recording one of the members only streams.
Oh,
And the members only stream wasn't even like, oh yeah, it's extra content. No, it's Keem looking for people to work for Locale Live for free.
I need a little money.
Yeah, like basically, what's the word? Not crop dusting, but um, shit. Basically, just spreading out clips of the show, like how Andrew Tate does, how like a lot of these people do, on like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube for free. And then he was doing bounties, and I'm like, you could have been doing that for a while now. What happened?
Like, honestly, I would say yes, but like I would need like 500 at least.
Yeah, the bounties is like it's like $100 to $1,000, and I just went. I was going, I don't know what, and he wants to use like Opus clips and all that to like clip it and all that, AI clipping. And I'm just like, the AI thing, I don't mind it when it comes to clipping. Like, at least then it's like, okay, yeah, do you want this? No, okay, how about this? And like, yeah, all right, that's basically what it does. But I feel like it's still gonna die, but at least it'll be a fun death. But again, it is against all odds, honestly, when it comes to a lot of this, because it was supposed to die, I think, several months ago, and then something happened with Wings, and Wings was going nuts for a minute. Then, of course, the Boogie shit happened, and Boogie was in the barrel. They
Boogie
had
was the one building the barrel, polishing the barrel, aiming, putting the ammo in the barrel, putting himself in the barrel, lighting the fuse to the barrel, and launching himself.
asking Tommy, "Am I putting whiskey here?" No, you're putting yourself in. Oh God, it was so funny. And that was the thing. Like, I look at like the whole Charlie versus Sneeko thing. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll just watch the Boogie shit again, because I'll kill Sneeko if I see him in Minecraft. I have to say that part. Can't do a world of T-shirts in real life.
And if it's an accident. Just
Oh,
like when there's like scummy referees in football, the players accidentally bump into them or accidentally throw the ball at them or accidentally break their ankle.
or accidentally Superman punch him.
Oh no! Oh no!
Or accidentally break someone's knee because they're a better figure skater than you.
What a wonderful day!
All right, that's enough sound bites. Always with the fucking sound bites. Oh yeah, Boogie's whole thing. I love that meltdown though. Like, people are like, "Oh, you see the fake meltdown?" I'm like, yeah, I know it's fake, but it's hilarious as hell. I think my sense of humor is broken.
Honestly, that's like Boogie and all them are like the Monday Night Raw, and like and Moist Critical is like SmackDown.
just slightly more popular or less popular depending on the day,
Hmm.
depending on the writing. All
That's
right, let's
how
get.
I see it.
Yeah, that's basically it. The whole commentary thing it was him trying to declare war on that shit because he can't take criticism. I'm like, I get not taking criticism, but like if anything, you should be like, what should I do then? Like, yeah, if anything, like put them on the fire to help at least when it comes to that shit. Don't just like kick people off. That's what I say to Keem. Like just put them on, put their feet on the coals and be like, what should I do? What should I do? You tell me you wanted to succeed. What should I do? Like, and watch them
If
flounder.
I'm corrected, he has bunch of super soakers that in his house that it doesn't matter what people say. He's got super soakers in his house that could hurt somebody really bad.
The algorithm looking at him like looking at you like super soakers, really? Super soakers. Boom boom sticks.
Nerf gun.
I think you can say guns.
Yeah, it's weird. YouTube is weird like that. You could say Nerf guns, but not guns.
Yeah, that's what kills me about like the algorithm fucking sucks with the shit.
It's like, what do you want? I don't know. It's complicated. What do you want, YouTube?
Be nice, we won't give you ads. What?
You give us ads anyways. It's
Like,
like you're popping out kids.
I bet there's a Grant Cardone ad on this fucking live stream now. Oh god, I know for Spotify there's an ad for Agents of Tenebris, which you can also scan with this QR code, which will be in the left hand corner right above my head. Read the first
Boom,
10
boom.
episodes for free.
Are you tired of the ads?
They stopped the ad block shit too. They're like subscribe or else. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, I'm already subscribed. Don't threaten me. I'm already subscribed to YouTube Premium. Oh god. But yeah, there's the QR code to read Agents of Tenebris on Kindle Vella. First 10 episodes free. Rest of the episodes only 10 tokens. You can get like 200 tokens for $10, and you can read Agents of Tenebris all the way through. And now let's get back into our other stuff. We still got two more game news things, and this one kind of pissed me off. Ready at Dawn, which is they made the Order 1886. They got shut down by Meta because I guess Meta is going somewhere else with the fucking VR stuff. And man, I found this out. I was like, dude, I'm turning into Joe Pesci in Home Alone. Ready at Dawn. They were going to do an Order 1886 sequel before getting acquired by Meta. I was pissed. I'm like, dude,
Well,
I
at
love
least I
that game.
gave you a VR headset.
Yeah, too bad they're not doing any more VR shit.
They'll find a way to put it on their headset.
Well, Order 1886, that was one of the first titles for the PS4, and I enjoyed the hell out of it because it was very much like a movie that you could interact with. You were shooting people, you were fighting werewolves. Um, the second one, you were going to fight vampires and werewolves. Like there was some cool stuff in it, and
And the third
yeah,
one is going to be Frankenstein and the Mummy and
I don't know. I think they were going to go.
Dracula.
I don't know. I think they were gonna go like more Arthurian with it because all the characters are based on like Guinevere and Percival, like all the different knights. Like the order itself, each one got a code name that's basically just a knight of the Round Table or a character of like from Camelot.
Boring.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla was their armsman, and he actually that fucking gun, I loved it. The arc gun just shoots out lightning, and the gore in it was just perfect with that. Just one shot with that gun, whole side of the person's body just torn to shreds. I'm just going. The thermite gun.
I just thought of an idea since we're on this conversation with monsters. Universal, right? They used to make games.
Yeah, with Vivendi, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying this since Universal isn't what it used to be like in the 90s and 80s, I say make some video games, like action games of like past rides that were at Universal Studios or past movies that people loved.
Shoot, I'll even throw this in there. Like, get again, Ready at Dawn. They're basically gone. Have that team go to Vivendi Universal. Bring back Vivendi Universal. Maybe then we can get something, at least a spiritual successor to Order 1886, but with the IP of Universal. That would be fucking slick. Could actually do the Frankenstein monster. Could actually have Van Helsing in it if they want, or the O'Connells from the Mummy. Like that would be cool. It's such a shame that this company went belly up because Meta didn't know what they had, and I put it on Instagram. I'm like, I'm muttering swears like I'm Joe Pesci because I can't say what I want to do.
Oh, you mean the part when he goes,
Yeah, yeah. I was like, that's how I was. Put it on Twitter too.
you can just picture that.
I was just when I heard that, like, oh yeah, we were gonna do Order 1886 Part 2, but then we got bought by Meta, and now we're shut down. Oh, I was so mad. Like I started following Mike Bracken, the horror geek, and he saw that I said that and liked it.
And then you reply to him as another Joe Pesci thing, like, you think I'm funny? Am I a fucking clown to you?
Do I amuse you? You think I talk? Oh god, I was so pissed. I'm like, dude, this is highway robbery. I hate this kind of shit. Be like, oh yeah, we were supposed to do this. Why didn't we? Oh, we're shut down. That's how pissed I get when it comes to that. I'm like, so
Future.
yeah. I'm like, so
Future.
and that's one thing I have brought up on this show so many times. Like PlayStation really don't have like exclusives like they used to because everyone's working on these exclusives. And I'm like, oh yeah, Ready at Dawn. They should actually do another Order 1886 game for the PS5. It would look like a fucking movie. They're at Meta. They get shut down. I'm like. And I'm looking at like Bend Studio, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should get Days Gone 2 after the on PS5. It'll look like a movie. Also, great, a better story. That idiot that wrote the first one is probably gone. Oh, we're not doing that. We're doing another game.
Goddamn plan.
Just remember, Goose Faba.
Or Husa. Oh god, I was so pissed. I know we're getting some more cool stuff. I know Black Myth Wukong comes out in 9 days.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, it went gold, so I think they're not delaying it any further. Um, I'll definitely grab that. Fan Expo's coming up next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. I get to try out Space Marine 2, so that'll be for the show as well.
I get to work a job.
I have classes.
I get to work a job. I'm an adult.
I get to meet celebrities.
I get money.
I got money.
I get more money.
Fucking tip-off.
Oh man, so yeah, Ready at Dawn, rest in peace. And that's one thing that got me. I'm like, shit. This is shit that really makes you just question like dropping out. But I'm like, I'm not dropping out. I'm so close to getting a bachelor's degree. I'm not doing that. So like it's disheartening, but I'm like, Empire's
You can just see something so funny like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna quit this. I'm quitting school.
Last year, I'm quitting.
I'm dropping out like a fly.
Oh God. But when I look at it, I'm like, you know what? Empires rise, they fall. And that's what I look at when it comes to one of the companies that just fell. We talked about them from Xbox. And they Tango Gameworks. They did what is it? Evil Within 1 and 2 and Hi-Fi Rush. The founder of Tango Gameworks, he already made a new studio called Wolf Eye. Wolf Eye Studios. And here we're gonna look at some of their stuff. They don't have a trailer yet. They have stills from their new game, which is like it's supposed to be like old school sci-fi action. Like it's supposed to be. Yeah, there we go. Damn, I'm quick with this.
Sort of like the PS1 game of Aliens.
No, like it's the robots seem more like Robbie the Robot or Robot from Lost in Space, but how they would look with today's technology. Oh no, not Tango Gameworks, Arcane. My goofy ass. Arcane basically, yeah, from again, Dishonored 1 and 2 basically.
Okay.
And of course everyone's favorite punching bag Redfall.
Could have been a good game, but they fucked it up.
Yeah, for real. Here, I gotta find a good picture. Um, they got a few things. Here, I'm trying to find a good. Yeah, I'll just go to IGN. Fuck it. Oh, they also did. I think this company. I don't know. Did they do Weird West? No shit. So, dude really fell back from Arcane. Like, okay, I'm going back to Wolfeye. So this is like, I guess, is like either one of the companions or one of the enemies. It's a small picture. It looks like your basic robot from like not Lost in Space. Like Wild Wild West, the spider, the robot spider, kind of same type of work. Let's see where we
He
go.
almost looks like one of those old school microphones with a gun.
Let me see if I can find a bigger picture. Why did I just? No, I want to go to the actual page here. Let me go to the actual page. It's going to be a first-person project. Oh, good. Thank you, IGN. You won't hear me say that so much these days.
The world must be ending.
Here, let me see. Hold
We
on 1
got
minute. Everything's
pictures
loading for me.
instead
There
of
we go.
words.
What's wrong with God? All right, here we go.
When the
It should be
fuck do
showing.
we get ice cream?
It's the West. It definitely looks like it's in the West. That's one picture. Here's one of the bots. Looks like it's. Oh yeah, it's a flyer. That's cool as hell. It's actually cool. I don't like this ad here. Get out of here. God damn it. God damn it, Google.
Are you tired of the ads?
Here's an ad to save you from the ads. And here's the robot. Here it is. It looks very steampunky almost, but like old school Western robot shit. I like
Yeah,
that.
with the
I like.
steam coming out of it and shit.
Yeah, I do like
Here's
that.
another
This is from
ad.
Wolf. Yeah, in Spanish. Oh, is it because my last name's Martinez? Racist.
That's it. I'm suing Google.
All right, it's in alpha test. Okay, Wolfeye Studios is developing a first-person action role-playing game, which looks to begin alpha test in 2025. Oh, cool! I'll be 40 when it comes out.
We'll be on PS10 probably.
PS7. Oh,
PS20.
okay. So Wolfeye, yeah, he basically fell back because I remember playing Weird West. I couldn't get into that.
Mm.
I was hoping it would be like the one that I played earlier this year, Evil West. I was hoping it would be like that, but no, it's all top down. You got to make sure you got the ammunition. I just went, I'm too old for this. Leave me alone. It looks cool. I would love to see what else it is, but that's the thing about it. Some of these games they don't even come out when when they're supposed to. I'm still waiting on what was it? They were supposed to do like a pirate game where you're playing as a zombie captain, basically, like, and you're basically fighting against futuristic pirates and all that. Like they were supposed to come out with that one of these studios, and it was like Titmouse doing the animation for it. They did the animation for Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, and there was another one that was the
I honestly still want a Pirates of the Caribbean game, and not like the
a
ones that
zombie.
they did for the PS2. Those sucked. I want like a free roam action game, and you have the choice to be like a regular pirate or like one of those ghost pirates that like turn into
Oh,
skeletons during the moonlight and like whatever.
or join Davy Jones and become one of the fish pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. Closest thing to it is Sea of Thieves. You're like,
Yeah.
shit. But it's on PS5, so you're actually pretty good on that.
I know, but just
I'd rather have a Pirates of the Caribbean game myself as well. Like
mm,
the 360 one for I think it was at World's End. It was okay, but it could have been better.
it was just I don't know. Like Kingdom Hearts did a better version of the Pirates of the Caribbean game.
In both 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that Donald and Donald and Goofy would just be jumping Davy Jones for stabbing Will? That's literally all of us. You motherfucker!
Especially like the 13-year-old us were like,
Oh,
no.
oh, dude, I was just like, oh God, Davy, why? I get it, but come on. They all just jumped him. You piece of shit! He's like, what the hell? Oh God, I was laughing my ass off when I saw that.
I really want a Kingdom Hearts movie.
They could probably streamline it. I know for a fact it would probably do better than Borderlands.
And you could do multiple series because there's multiple universes.
Yeah, you could actually do the whole Deadpool thing where they just pop up in different movies.
I'm pretty sure if they do another Kingdom Hearts game, Deadpool's going to be in it as one of the princesses.
Oh, that I wouldn't mind having Deadpool in Kingdom Hearts. Everything else, like I was so scared when they did 3. I'm just going, oh no, we're gonna have Iron Man and the Avengers teaming up with him. We're gonna have this happen. We're gonna have Star Wars characters show up. I'm just going, oh god, it's gonna suck.
No,
Did none of that happen?
I'm glad they went the Pixar Disney route.
Yeah, I'm glad that none of that happened. I was just like, oh, thank God. Watch it happen in 4, though. Kylo Ren shows up. I know the true power of darkness.
And Sora's just like, maybe he's right.
Zemnis shows up. I'm a better leader than Snoke is. And he just holds on to Kylo Ren's shoulder.
And Sora has one line through the whole thing, and it's, maybe he's right.
Oh, God, that would be hilarious. I would laugh at that. Xehanort just showed up. I found a new apprentice, and it's Kylo Ren. They get Adam Driver, so for some reason he just goes, I like Kingdom Hearts, but what the hell is this? The one way we got you to play Kylo Ren again.
Because I look
Oh.
like a muscular block in that movie.
God, that fucking picture in Last Jedi. Honestly, like, I got what they were doing, but I'm just going, this could have been so much better. And we've talked about this every fucking season. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
basically us just rounding back to it, but let's get, we're gonna avoid that. it's in one of these episodes in like season 4, season 3, season 2, season 1.
Some of the Star Wars fans are like, tell me more.
Yeah. Oh Lord. We even talked about the original script, Duel of the Fates. And I'm like, oh, that's a better one. Why didn't we get this? Oh, I get why.
Because of fucking Trekkies.
Nah, you know what it was? It was a little too violent for them. Like Kylo Ren blinded Rey. She cut his hand off. Like they were just killing each other basically.
First of all, how is that violent? In the first film, Luke cuts off the hand of that monster dude, and there's a
Oh
bunch
god.
of killing in the rest of the films.
Oh.
There's even almost a killing, like an abortion, almost when when Anakin was choking his wife.
Oh god. Oh yeah, there was the other thing too. Kylo Ren learning force absorption or whatever it was, where basically he just take the life force out of things, and he actually took the life force out of his new master. I was just
Yeah,
like, that's dark.
but that's too violent.
The execution of several rebels on Coruscant, and
How
Hux
can
killing
we forget
himself.
about the younglings?
Yeah, Hux killing himself with Mace Windu's lightsaber, seppuku style. I'm like, that's hardcore. I get why now, but I'm like, you could have did this.
I mean, like,
Oh,
and they're saying, "Oh, that story would have been too dark." Bullshit.
that's why I love Rebel
You
Moon.
even had incest in the storyline. Come on.
Oh man, people forget that. That's one thing they can't digitally take out.
The only thing they could take out from the Star Wars franchise is the Christmas special. And you could still find that on YouTube.
Stir whip, stir whip, stir whip, whip stir. Yeah, that fucking scene. I was trying to segue into it, but yeah, Rebel Moon, Chapter 2, Curse of Forgiveness. I know you're basically still you're still like
Mentally
trying to
recovering.
the first one. You're like, there's so much. It was so good. You were just like at a loss.
Yeah.
I was like, you still got to watch Chapter 2 because it continues. It literally continues moments after the whole Belisarius message to Noble,
Mm.
and the way it started was so fucking good. Just the feeding of the Kali, like they were just shoveling so much organic material into the furnaces for her,
Right.
and they're using her power to basically get to Velt, also to bring Noble back.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't like how it like opens up like a vagina. I
I'm
was
glad
like,
that
that's kind of sexual.
yeah, I'm glad that they actually in the director's cut they kind of like zoomed in a little more so you don't really see it. In the theatrical, it's like womp. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like,
Mommy,
first,
what's that? It's a space vagina.
yeah, first it was the penis pods in Man of Steel. Now this, come on, Zach. But that was one thing. I think there was a great line in there from the doctor, the head doctor for Noble. He's telling Cassius the Rue Kali already exhausted from us going to the planet. He was like, he goes, but we were able to get a little bit more energy out of the ungrateful bitch. I'm just going, Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's a Titan you're talking about like that.
Yeah, you just on a bigger woman, you just gotta work harder.
But it's honestly a very, very good. The sequel is perfect, honestly, because a lot more stuff makes sense compared to the theatrical cut. Because of course they had the spies, the Hawkshaws were there.
Yeah, I don't even know what their skin is like. It's like a lizard slash
Yeah,
cement.
yeah, they're like space orcs basically,
Yeah,
but smarter. they
heck
were
yeah.
they were very fucking clever. Um, this one though, it's again both of them have a sex scene in there, but there's a nice difference between them. Like
Mhm.
when Cora hooks up with Den in the first one, it was like more of like, oh yeah, you caught the thing. Okay, I'll let you hit. That was basically it.
Like it wasn't really like a sex scene though. Like it reminded me of like a romantic love scene
Well,
almost.
oh, that was the thing with when she hooks up with Gunner, it was more romantic. Like they were
Yeah,
actually very much into it
yeah.
in the second one. They were very much into it, and it was so funny. Like after that, she tells the story about how she became known as the Scar Giver, and it was a coup. Belisarius basically tricked her into being like, "Oh, they want to give the whole kingdom to the princess. The king is weak. We have to do something. We have to stop this." And then they show the whole Julius Caesar-esque assassination of the royal family, and Cora had to kill Princess Issa.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough. This time around, I'm like, oh, it's bloodier. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah. And the thing that haunts her is the fact that Issa went, I forgive you. And I just went, I'm like, oh no. Like her and Eris really have that in common. Like the people they had to kill forgave them for killing them.
The father.
God,
No.
I love that fucking scene though. It's so like a Sophie's Choice reference and a Julius Caesar reference. I was just like, oof, this is rough. It tells you how brutal they are. Like
I
Moa,
wouldn't be surprised if this universe is somewhat connected to the Dune universe as well.
I I wouldn't be surprised either. I bet there is like some kind of House Harkonnen style kingdom planet there that's like very loyal to Moa, the Mother World.
Hmm.
I bet there is. That would make sense, especially what happens. But it's the after she does after that whole thing, they're getting ready for to start planting the field the field and all that, harvest the wheat and all that because they find out it's they got 5 days because the ship's coming back.
Yeah.
And it was a funny moment between Cora and Tarek, and Tarek knew like they that Cora and Gunner hooked up, and he's just like, yeah, and she's like, she goes, stop it. He goes, what? I'm just saying hi. He was just fucking with her the whole time. But it's a nice the sequence with the harvesting of the wheat. It actually takes a span. It's actually expanded a little bit because it's showing like days of progression
Mm.
and the slow mo in that part. Like my thing about it back when it was Scargiver was like, it's too much. This time it's perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, like it's not all the way through. It's it's actually like certain moments where it's just like it's perfect. And Jimmy, of course, keeping an eye on on the whole village. He kills the Hawkshaws. And one was like, "What the fuck are you doing? We're on the same side." Bam! Knock the fuck out of him.
He's just like justice.
He really did go justice because he just walks up to one. And he goes, "Ah!" Boom! Stomps him out. I'm just like, well, shit.
You just hear him run away, and he does the Batman thing. He's like, "Da-da-da-da-da."
He really did run too with a fucking thing like that. I was just like, Jimmy, it would work better if it was dark. Come on now. But that part even made sense because Eris was trying to basically lead on the king's gaze as a, like, oh yeah, we're working the fields, we're working all these animals out. Like he goes, they don't deserve mercy. He goes, okay. Cash is like, all right, good. And then Noble's like, the Hawkshaws told me already. He's on their side. He betrayed us. They're all dead. I'm like, oh god, that makes more sense because he's like, so we now know whose side he's on. Like, how do you know? That's how I was with Scargiver. I went, how do you know? Is this like a sixth sense that you got? You fucking crazy person.
So pretty much you're like that meme that goes, "How do you know about that?"
Yeah. Exactly. What was I missing? There was another thing. Oh yeah, when when like before all this, Noble demanding to be unhooked and all that, he kills his doctor. That was even different. Like he choke slammed him, and even the doctor's like, "Please, no!" Bam, shot him right in the fucking head, and you just see the helmet fly away. Just rolls
What?
off like
Why is every movie have to have a wrestling move?
I don't know. Well, I guess it's like a power move basically, because Noble don't look strong, but he's strong as fuck. Like he literally just grabbed him like, let me help you with your evaluation. Bam! Just bam his ass. I'm just like, okay, well. Ooh, real quick before we finish. March 28th to the 30th is Chicago Days of the Dead. Oh wow, we getting 3 events from them.
I don't. Well, honestly, I don't know what my schedule is going to be since I'm still in training, but
Yeah.
hopefully, I don't know.
I'll hit the interested button just in case.
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, they basically prep for this. Cora finds out about the Hawkshaw spying on them from Jimmy, and that whole sequence was so much better because in Scargiver, Jimmy's like, "You must realize that you're all gonna die, right?" And she's like, "Hey, I'll die fighting though," and he just walks away. This he's like, come and look at this," and that's when he tells her this stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to find another plan for this." And like it set up the whole thing of taking out the ship much better. This whole it's so much better when it comes to that. The one thing that I caught, she finds out that Noble is alive.
I
And he's
figured.
yeah, and he's just like he's just mocking her, taunting her. He goes, "Where's my warm embrace? I never got that cup of ale." I'm like, what the fuck? One person would be like, "Well, you would have got it if you didn't kill our leader, you dick." That would have been perfect.
Watch Lego make a game about this.
I would love that. I know there's a whole like mission thing on Roblox where you can actually reenact the whole Battle of Velt. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Can we get that in like Helldivers, please? Like that's one I would love to see. Just fighting the Imperium. Just 4 guys. Yeah!
Speaking of games, when is that Starship Troopers game coming out?
I want to say October
Okay.
or September. Let me just check. I got the poster.
Because I want to learn more.
Let me see. Starship Troopers. Before we continue, yeah. What the fuck just happened? Did I say Gears of War? No, I did not. Jesus Christ. Fucking Google. Extermination. There we go. Comes out. I don't want the fucking Steam date. I want the Xbox date. Google be like, "Oh yeah, it's already out and it came out in May." No, it didn't. That's the Steam date. Here, let me see Xbox. Because I know they're going to have crossplay with it. It's going to be massive.
Yeah, so it is going to be for Xbox,
Xbox,
PC,
yeah.
and PlayStation?
Yeah. Let's see. Come on, load, load, load. Come on, God damn it, Microsoft. No, God damn it. Just give me the goddamn release date, assholes. Oh Lord, I'm gonna lose my place with this fucking movie. Oh, here we go. Thank God. Thank you, GameStop. You won't hear me say that again. Okay, yeah, October 11th.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, there's a great scene. This was more extended and more bloody. The whole thing with Nemesis versus the Cryptea. Those are the guards. They got the swords also, and she holds her own. But like,
She dies.
yeah, six six people also die. Like from the side door, they come in, and you just see them all just get headshotted. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, damn, like balloons. That's how I was. But Eris, he was shanking one of them. Like he was just like, yeah, you motherfucker. I'm like, oh god, there's Michael Myers in this bitch. But she died. Nemesis died heroically. Oh yeah, before that, I'm jumping because I love the action. But you get to learn more about the characters, and oh my god, Milius's story is extended. So is Titus's story. Um, Milius, she watched her people get executed, or their people get executed. But that's when they were mining stuff and saw Darian Bloodaxe free them, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's how she joined the whole thing. I'm like, that's pretty solid. Titus though, my god, his was sad, but he turned into the god of war. Like he turned into Kratos hardcore after seeing his men get killed. Like
Mm.
he was smashing people's faces open. Just I'm just going, oh my god. Like it was Spartan rage for real. Like he was. I'm like, you see people get hit in the head with these goddamn rifles and it don't hurt like that. He hit so hard, this guy's whole face caved in. Like he was angry,
Well,
furious.
you could do that in real life. It just takes a couple
Oh yeah,
hits.
yeah. It was one hit. He was so pissed. He was vicious with it. I loved the fact that he went through that whole thing. Like it was a great, seeing their backstories was great. Even Nemesis was extended because you get to see her cut her fucking arms off.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, and her people were peaceful, but they knew how to make weapons. And having those hands and all that, it's basically a sign of vengeance. Like you become a vengeful person with them. And you see
So,
her chop her fucking hands off. I was just like, shit.
so in a way, her and her culture are like monks in a way.
No, they're normal civilians. Like they were working rice paddies basically. Before that, before they were like farmers and whatnot, they were metal workers. They were warriors.
Mm.
They just went the pacifist way until the mother world showed up. But the whole fucking battle is just brutal. It's so brutal.
Was
No,
there a lot of ching ching ching?
oh, her Nemesis battle was very good. There was like a lot like that. Little kid ran up to the one Cryptea that stabbed her in the chest, stabbed him in the leg with a fucking knife. He was pissed. She grabbed the knife after like putting the sword even more into her and stabbed him in the throat. Meanwhile, there's a whole battle around the friggin' drop ships, and Noble was killing everyone. That whole sequence is extended.
Question: do the baby spiders come back?
No, no,
Oh.
they're still on Dagus. That's why I'm like, oh, they could have had them. They could have been living in the caves for a minute and then came and saved people, but no, they've been too much like Star Wars and Dark Crystal. Oh no, what happened? He froze. Here we, there we go.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, it would have been. There we go. We're good. We're good. But Noble, he goes into one of the, they dug trenches. They dug like tunnels. He went into the tunnel. He's snapping people's necks, cutting people up, shooting people. And he just
Sort of
gets out
solid
there.
snake.
Hmm?
Sort of like Solid Snake.
Worse. Like, he didn't have to sneak. He was just like, all right, I'm killing all of y'all. Just clack, clack, blah, 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 blah. Stab, stab. I'm like, oh my God. Another Michael Myers moment. It was like Halloween Kills in that fucking tunnel.
I'm surprised he hasn't made a Halloween movie.
That would have been great. People would have hated it, though. They'd be like, David Gordon Green did a better job. That would be the recency bias. Oh God. But Den gets killed. This time it was brutal in the first one. I'm like, yeah, you're not the guy. This one, I'm like, still not the guy, but that's fucked up. Because he basically broke Den down. Noble just beat the shit out of him and broke his arm. He basically paralyzed him, and then just grabbed Den's knife and just glided it across his neck, and then threw his ass out of the dropship.
And somehow he'll still survive.
No, he went splat. He went splat. I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, but bro, it's like the future / past, so they have some way to clone him.
Well, it has. Well, if they want to clone him, then he would have to be a part of the Mother World, I think. Yeah. That was the one thing that got me. But yeah. So the whole plan was fucking great. Basically, Korra was killing everyone in the goddamn ship. Great moment between her and the Kali in that too. Where the Kali, she's like, "Listen, I know why you gotta kill me, and I forgive you." And she goes, "One day you're gonna wake my sisters, and their wrath will be my vengeance." I went, "You got sisters? You got sisters?" That's how it was. She's like, she's also like 90 feet tall, but all of it was in Korra's mind. And they, of course, Gunner finds out, hey, they're gonna bomb the fucking village. So she basically went into that whole area. It's called the Sword of the King. That whole cannon thing. She turned the cannon on the command center. You could say Kurt Cobain POV. You're like, oof.
Let the man rest.
I can hear it in your mind. You're like this.
Go fuck yourself.
But this one was so much more action packed. It was just a nice like finish. Her and Noble fight, of course, and he gets the upper hand because he's on a mission, and she gets saved by Gunner, and you get to see how his head gets cut off, how Noble's head gets cut off.
Well, leave that to me when I watch it. Just give me the rest of the stuff.
Well, yeah, they have the after basically destroying this whole fucking ship. Like she hit it with 2 hits, basically destroying the Kali and the cannon. They get out and all that, and of course the rebels finally show up, and it's one of the best like Force Awakens references, and it's a better way of doing it too. It was so much better than Force Awakens because like they come in, they're shooting the shit out of everyone. Of course, Jimmy had his moment. He has his moment where he basically turns into Superman, basically.
He's like
Like,
the Groot.
yeah,
of the group.
he took the antlers off his crown, and he's like just slicing motherfuckers up with it. Knocking people out and shit, hitting them so hard their fucking faces break and shit. Grabs one's gun, doesn't miss any of them, just hits every single target, and then blows up one of the tanks. Milius blew up a tank too, but they were so close to the goddamn tank, they flew into another pit. I just went, well, that happens. But the whole thing, the rebels basically were kicking their asses, and even like the alien that was with them, his ship got hit. He crashes into everything. He fucked them up with his sacrifice. I was just going, whoa. A lot of death in this one, and it was great. It was, I ain't gonna say it's a great death, but it was sad, but you know it's gonna come. And they have this massive funeral pyre, and you find out from General Titus that Princess Issa is alive, which sets up the third one.
Would you say these deaths are artistic?
They're a little not artistic, but like it gets an emotion out of you. Restream live. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it gets an emotion out of you.
I
The
didn't
funeral
really
pyre.
I didn't
Yeah.
get your answer.
Oh yeah, no, it gets an emotion out of you, these deaths, because you're like,
Okay.
damn, I wanted Nemesis to live. Why did Den have to die? Gunner, no, you just fell in love. That's how it was. Like that's how I looked. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like it hit me hard. I was bummed. I'm like, I can't stop. Then ain't gonna be in the third one. That's how I was.
Like honestly, from the first one, and I will watch the second one, but like I know this is gonna make me like sound like a psychopathic killer or something. But the way these people died were like artsy in a way, like the blood
Oh
splatters and
yeah,
all that.
yeah. It's Zach really knows how to make it just like where it hits you where you're like, oh shit, that's like a fucking comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the cool thing about this. Um, yeah, and then of course we get to see more of Belisarius as the regent,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a whole planet of evil motherfuckers. If I can quote Leslie Jones, if I can quote her, because he shows up, he knows Noble failed, but he's going to see his army. He has like 500 of these goddamn ships, thousands of fighters, millions, billions of soldiers, and they are ready to take over the whole fucking universe. It set up a third one so much better, and I want a third one so bad after that. I just want to know where they go with it.
And people say there's not a hint of Nazi in there.
Oh God, Belisarius, he really was. I want to say he's more like Mussolini, if anything, because he was really sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
He was sneaky with taking power from the king. Even the king's like, yeah, I don't really want to, why are you executing people after they issue a surrender? Come on now, like they could have been governors here. that's literally what he was yelling at him in the flashback forward. He goes, "You've been executing people."
Yeah, they said it's like a rush or like I don't know, like a thrill for the
Oh yeah,
guy.
oh yeah, he was very sociopathic. I actually, the director's cut really actually shined for Fra Fee, who plays Belisarius. Because at first I'm like, they could have got someone else like Henry Cavill. This time around, I'm like, he's actually fucking nuts in this. He's an actual like sociopathic serial killer with an army.
Like I honestly, and I was like, is that the guy from Peaky Blinders?
I think is he in Peaky Blinders? I know he was in Hawkeye. Here, let me see. Let's see. I'm looking for it. He was in a few. Oh my god, he was in the friggin' Scrooge that my sister likes. The anime one Netflix did. Oh, he was in Les Miserables with Hugh Jackman and what's his name, Russell Crowe. Yeah, Fraud's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, he was in Hawkeye. Yeah, no, he wasn't in Peaky Blinders.
He
He's
just looks like somebody who would fit like the characters of that show.
Oh yeah, it was very very good. He was much better in this than in the theatrical, and that's because of the editing, of course. It let his performance breathe more. Like you really catch like this motherfucker's crazy. He is evil. Like that he's how would I put it? He's probably up there with Palpatine, but at least Palpatine didn't like execute people in front of anyone.
Yeah, and he didn't shove leeches down his throat.
Oh, that's noble.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, the tentacle scene. I was expecting it, but I was just like I'm like don't go into full detail, Zach. Don't go into full detail like V Castro did. Don't do it.
I'm surprised like when they showed it and the tentacles were like going back, you didn't hear a
Oh, that would have been horrible. I was just like, that's fucked up. I already made the meme because it's in the theatrical cut too, but not that part where he gets deep throated by it.
Mhm.
I was like, it all started when it was an anime genre, hentai genre.
It all started in Japan.
To see it in actual thing, in an actual live action thing, I was just like, fucking excuse me. Oh god, it was good. I loved this duology much more. This was another 10, like both of them are 10 out of 10 for me. I loved how it just like it's how do I put it? Best way I could describe Rebel Moon, especially the director's cuts, and I hope they actually just do the third one as a director's cut. Don't do this other shit with the theatrical, because that's what basically killed its momentum, I do believe. I look at the director's cuts of Rebel Moon as like disc one of a 4 disc video game, like Final Fantasy stuff.
Uh,
Like, this is a great start to a great story that could just keep going. I know he wants to do like 8 or 9 movies of it, so I'm like, it's if it were a game, it'd probably be like a 10 out of 10 from a lot of like RPG fans.
I don't know if I could do 8 or 10 of these films. I don't know if I could do all that.
I say just do the 9, like it's if he just does it where it's because there's other stuff we're getting. We're getting like a Kali short story basically.
Yeah, but I'm good with 3 or 4. That's good enough for me.
Oh shit! Disney just announced Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Oh yay!
I'm sending that to Keisha. She's a big Avatar fan. You could say that she's a avatared. I'm so canceled.
Slap yourself 5 times. Now call yourself stupid.
I am a silly goose. I'm not gonna call myself stupid. Let me send this to her. Oh god. I actually did slap myself in the fucking face.
I know. I didn't know you were gonna actually do it.
Because I caught it. I'm like, wow, I really just said that? Like, who do you think I am? Andrew Schultz? Oh man. I kind of knew they were gonna go that way because they were gonna go with like a fire tribe of Navi in the next one. That was like the main report. But yeah, so yeah, 10 out of 10 for both of these Rebel Moon movies. I did see Chrissy Mayer did a interview with Zack Snyder, and it's just a bullshit ass comedy thing that she did, making him look like a fool. And I'm like, Chrissy, you're the bigger fool because you stole people's fucking presents during one Christmas Eve, and you're no longer with Compound Media because Gavin McInnes basically shortchanged you. Shut up.
Now, if that's not saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm a Jew." I don't know what it is.
On that note, this has been the catch-up episode of S-TierCast. Hopefully, we will be back for S-Tier Midnight. We'll probably look at the whole Boogie meltdown. Hopefully, the video actually works. And probably most likely we'll look at Nicholas DeOrio's whole thing. Not a whole of it. We'll get to the part where he got kicked from streaming the whole thing. But yeah, this has been S-TierCast catch-up show. Oh, whoa, wait, before we go, I forgot. Scratch that. We forgot one thing. Call the Devil came out today by Mushroomhead. I fucking love it. It's so heavy.
Mm.
It is so heavy. It's their heaviest yet. I will give like real quick. It's gonna be a mini review because we're leaving in a minute. 10 out of 10. It is fucking great. It does end on the funniest note though.
What?
Here, the final track on Mushroomhead, Call the Devil. Come on, load up, load up. I'm waiting for it to load. Come on. The fuck, YouTube. Here. It is called. Here, I got it. Doom Goose. It's a
A
minute
metal
40.
goose.
It's a minute for a minute 42 of like instrumental, and you hear a goose at the end.
Like I said, metal goose.
Let me see if I can. I think we can play that at least.
I don't know.
It's almost like the fucking track from Caligula.
Got that circus vibe.
Yeah, it does. And the goose is singing, basically.
I can barely hear it. Uh, that was more like a duck.
It was. Yeah. Real quick, I honestly, the cover is fucking great, but I feel like the cover is. That's what I meant like a couple weeks back. The cover looks very AI. I don't mind that honestly though, because like, how are you gonna do all the art for that? It's fucking crazy how to do it. But God, I 10 out of 10 for this Mushroomhead album. It is so fucking heavy, and you actually get to hear Steve with his actual voice. He does in certain songs he doesn't, he doesn't copy Jeffrey nothing. So yeah, Steve does a great job, cementing himself as the new singer in this one. He did pretty good in the last album too. But Strike even does a better job too. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's so heavy. Like they even have a song that was very much like a song by Ghost.
Mm.
Yeah, it was pretty good. 10 out of 10 for "Call the Devil" by Mushroomhead, and we leave you with this, of course, with Doom Goose. We'll be back hopefully Sunday again, and that's it. See you guys later. Bye bye.